welcome to another edition of Shelf Life Online. I'd like to draw to your attention two great new fiction books that I very highly recommend and hope you will seek them out when you go to your local bookstore. The very first one is The EXILES by Christina Kline. This is published by William Morrow and it retails for $34.99. If you like historical fiction, this book is most fascinating. It goes to the middle part of the 1800s, and the main characters, there are three main characters. They're told through the eyes of the three characters. The first is Mathena, who is an Aboriginal girl in Australia. She has one big friend, and that is her pet possum, Waluka. And a lady by the name of Lady Franklin wants to sort of educate the Aboriginals, so she takes her under her wing and she wants to make her a little more sophisticated. Actually, she's doing it more for herself than for young Mathena. So anyways, that's the first thread of the book. Now the second story goes back to England, and one of the characters is Evangeline, and she's working for a sort of like a nanny for a very well-to-do family. Well, the son and Evangeline have an affair, and he really falls in love with her, but then he goes on a world journey. But he gives her a ring. It's a very special ring. I don't know if you call it a friendship ring, but she treasures it. Now the family finds her with the ring and thinks that she has stolen the ring, which she has not. They can't contact their son because he's on his worldwide journey. So she is charged with theft and forced to go to a woman's prison. Now the third character is Hazel, who is like a street person, and she steals a silver spoon. So she is charged. So what happens is Evangeline and Hazel are sent on a ship, and they are to go to a woman's prison in Australia, and it's the journey. There are male prisoners too. So the thing too is Evangeline became pregnant thanks to the family's son, and so she is pregnant on board, and she gives birth to a baby. But before she can enjoy her child, there's a convict on board by the name of Baker, and he's evil. He's bad. And he gets into sort of an argument with Evangeline, and he pushes her over the side of the ship. She drowns. So Hazel, who is an herbalist, she takes care of the baby. But when they get to Australia, they find that she says it's her child, but they know it's not. So Evangeline, or Hazel, eventually meets up with Mathena, and they're in the woman's prison. Now the tale is very dark. It's almost like their lives are hopeless, that there is nothing that nothing good from life. But soon they bond, and they form a sort of friendship, a camaraderie, and it makes the tale most unique in that all the characters are very, very different. And the way Kline tells the story, it's almost magical. And you will definitely find this book most entertaining. You will fall in love with all the characters. And I hope you'll definitely consider The EXILES for your next reading material. The next book that I would like to draw your attention to is Daylight by David Baldacci. It's published by Grand Central Publishing and retails for $37. To put it bluntly, I love David Baldacci books. He's had several series of books. My favorite is The Camel Club, that he stopped about 5 or 6 years ago, and I wish he'd go back to The Camel Club. He's done several since then. The Will Roby series, the Memory Man series, the John Puller series, and his most recent is the Atlee Pine series. Now, coincidentally, John Puller makes a guest appearance in this book, Daylight, and it is a complex book. The main character is Atlee Pine. when she was 6 years old, she had a twin sister, Mercy, and a man broke into their house, went into the bedroom, and stole Mercy. Atlee was hit over the head, and the man got away. Now, her sister has not been seen since, but Atlee has never given up hope that her sister is still out there and still alive, even 30 years later. So she gets a clue. She goes to New Jersey. She hears about the Vincenzo crime family, and she thinks that there is somehow a relationship to that and to Mercy. So she goes there. She talks to one of the Vincenzo boys, and he's in jail. And she starts to get the facts from him, but he's taken from the jail cell, so she can't talk to him. Next day, he ends up dead. So it's more than coincidence. They didn't want her to know the truth. So she suspects it was his grandfather Ito that stole Mercy all those many years ago. So John Puller meets up with her. He's investigating the Vincenzo family as well. So to put it bluntly, the book is action upon action upon action, and the sooner or the closer John Puller and Atlee Pine get to finding the truth about her sister, they find that there is a cover-up that goes all the way to the halls of government, and people start getting murdered, people very close to them, and it gets very scary, and it's almost like the closer she gets to being killed by the people who do not want the truth out there. Does she find her sister? She knew she was alive, so there's a shocking ending that this is book 3, by the way. So book 4 is going to be a real page turner. I don't know when David Baldacci is going to release it, obviously sometime in 2021. And but you cannot go wrong. If you want to see the light, read Daylight, because it is a book that will have you reading nonstop, and you will love every page of it. So those are the 2 books that I just wanted to draw to your attention, The Exiles and Daylight. So thank you again for listening to Shelf Life Online. I hope you enjoyed the mini book reviews, and as always, please send me your comments, pro and con, and be well, take care, and stay safe out there, please. Thanks again. Bye for now.